Perhaps you'd like to close your eyes, and for our friends joining us in Cyberland, please only listen if it's safe to do so. If you're driving, operating machinery, don't listen. And if you're attending any clinical help, make sure you check with the clinician before you join in. It's a gentle, non-intrusive meditation. And as you close your eyes and breathe and just let go, and you imagine going back to a time in your life you felt calm and safe and secure, and that may have been at home amongst friends, or that may have been at a gathering with relatives, or it may have been on a vacation or a holiday. And notice what you saw, what you heard, and what you felt. And as you notice what you saw, what you heard, and what you felt, you notice your breathing. As you become aware of your breathing, you become aware of your heartbeat, and it slows down. You feel calm and peaceful. And in that state, you begin to realize the planets are in perfect balance. The planets orbit the sun because they're left over from the formation of the solar system. The current motion depends on the gravitational attraction of the sun at the center of the solar system. In fact, the planets are in perfect balance. All is synchronized and in balance. And as you focus on that and feel calm and peaceful, and you let go, and you feel relaxed and at peace with the world, you begin to realize that the Earth is just another planet orbiting the sun. And as you realize the Earth is just another planet orbiting the sun, we have music again. And the music is back on. In ancient times, astronomers thought all celestial objects, the sun, the moon, the planets, the stars, orbited around the Earth in a series of crystal spheres. But as modern science developed, astronomers were better able to understand our place in the cosmos. They discovered all the planets, including the Earth, actually orbit the sun. So what they thought once, they thought otherwise, and what we might have thought at one point, we thought something else. And do we really know what is good or bad or good? And sometimes we lose a job, and it's the worst thing that could have happened. Or things don't go your way. But you look back in time, think it's the best thing that could have happened, or we get meaning from it. And we think how wonderfully aligned the planets are. The brain has 100 billion neurons. That's as many neurons as there are stars in the Milky Way. There are two opposing forces acting on the planets: gravity pulling them inward and inertia in their orbit driving them outwards. If gravity was dominant, the planets would spiral inward. If inertia was dominant, the planets would spiral into deep space. The wonders of the universe will live on these small dots in a vast cosmic universe. And sometimes we can become attached to our self-importance, and one day we'll realize that we aren't the center of the universe. We're a pop-up on a computer, a dot in the horizon. We've got, in this genetic form anyway, an incremental amount of time. And many people have come and gone of all statuses and statures, and they'll continue to come and go. And many people will be full of their own importance. But equally, no one is more important than anyone else other than how important we are ourselves. The oceans cover about 70% of the Earth's surface, they say. The ocean soaks up energy and heat and distributes it more evenly through the Earth. Knowing what to do and when to do it, and your body temperature adjusts. And the ocean absorbs heat from the atmosphere. the great ocean conveyor. And we look for miracles, and we don't look for those miracles within ourselves. And we look for these big miracles, the car, the job, the perfect relationship. We forget the main miracles, the miracle of being born, the miracle of breathing, the miracle of our heart beating. These wonders of the universe, the great ocean conveyor. Cold water in the North Atlantic Ocean sinks very deep and spreads all around the world. The sinking water is replaced by warm water near the surface that moves to the north. The heat carried north helps keep the Atlantic Ocean warm in the wintertime, which warms the nearby countries as well. All done in its own way, in its own time, perfectly synchronized. And entropy is when we might tidy a room, and we might tidy our house, or we might do something, and then it ends up undoing itself. So you tidy the room and it's all spotlessly clean. And within a few hours it's back to where it was before, and we do it again. So life is an ongoing journey of work. And to quote Rumi, the womb is the place where the light enters you. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. And you breathe and let go of any energy that doesn't serve you. A typical neuron will have 30,000 other neurons communicating with it. When two neurons talk, they can transmit 5,000 pieces of information. That's a true neurotransmitter in milliseconds. So just two neurons talking will communicate 5,000 quantas of information in 3 to 5 milliseconds. 150 million pieces of information. That's an input of 150 million pieces of information in 3 milliseconds in one neuron. And you have 100 billion of them in your brain. A brain typically has 100 million, thousand trillion connections sculpted by experiences. The wonder of the brain. It's powerful. It's accelerated communication of neurons, the genetic blueprint. At birth, nearly 100 billion neurons of the human being already in place. And epigenetics is influenced by the environment. And the baby falls asleep to escape the pain. And every second of the first year of life, brain development is accelerated. So the baby fell asleep, crying to escape the pain, feeling unwanted and not feeling needed. And that sculpted an experience and sculpted a reality until the realization, this vast cosmic galaxy. There are 100 billion neurons. The brain has 100 billion neurons. That's as many neurons as there are stars in the Milky Way. Fascinating. And in times gone by, we thought all celestial objects, the sun, moon, and planets and stars, orbited around the Earth in a series of crystal spheres, until we had the realization, through modern science and astronomers, to understand the cosmos. They discovered that all the planets, including the Earth, actually orbit the sun in perfect formation. And that is really fascinating, because the Earth is just another planet orbiting the sun in perfect balance. The planets orbit the sun because they're left over from the formation of the solar system. Their current motion depends on the gravitational attraction of the sun at the center of the solar system. In fact, they are in perfect balance. You are in perfect balance. You return to source. And by returning to source, you increase your vibrational energy. And you become the change you want to see. And you lead. And lead by example. And you glow. And you become a beacon of light, a lighthouse for other people. by example, with that realization the Earth is just another planet orbiting the Sun in the vast cosmic galaxy. The realization. And we understand we're all in alignment, and you begin to get into alignment with where you want to go and the challenges you face and have faced, and the challenges you faced in the past you overcome, and the challenges in the future. And it might be a coincidence that there's 100 billion neurons, and that's as many neurons as our stars in the Milky Way. And there are two opposing forces acting on the planets, gravity pulling them inwards and the inertia of the orbit driving them outwards. If gravity was dominant, the planets would spiral inward. If the inertia was dominant, the planets would spiral outward into deep space. That fine line. And you absorb the energy, just like the ocean soaks up the energy, the heat. You absorb your energy and you claim your energy back and lift yourself to a vibrational level that takes you in the direction you want to go. And you know nothing can stop you or annihilate you. You will not burden yourself by anybody else's issues, but you will be a beacon of light and you focus. And just like the ocean soaking up energy and heat and distributes this evenly throughout the earth, you distribute the energy that generates and radiates through the cosmos evenly throughout your body, and you center yourself and you align yourself. And just like cold water in the North Atlantic Ocean spreading all around the world, the sinking water is replaced by warm water. The surface moves north, and that moves through your body, and the heat carried north helps the Atlantic Ocean warmer, and you feel a warmth, just like many countries do as a result of the galaxy, the cosmos, knowing what to do without you telling it what to do. You don't tell the cosmos what to do, and you become aligned with that. And now, as we conclude, to quote Rumi, the wound is the place where the light enters you. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean. And you channel the cosmos energy for every cell of your body. And you radiate that light and raise your vibration and shred any negative energy and let it go and disintegrate into the atmosphere. And I'll pause for a moment, and as I pause, you begin to make sense of what you need to make sense of, when you need to make sense of it. And it might make sense now, it might make sense later. It doesn't really matter when it makes sense. It'll make sense when you need it to make sense.